My name is Omar Abedin, and with me today is one of my co-directors, Iram Abbasi. I will ask Iram to introduce herself in just a minute, but first I'd like to do a quick intro of Founder Institute. As some of you may know, the Founder Institute is the world's leading pre-seed accelerator. Now, what does that mean? It basically means that Founder Institute, as the name says, works to make founders more professional, better at everything that they do. Now, with the Founder Institute, we have had already 2 cohorts successfully graduated in Karachi. We've also shared with you some of the stories of the previous founders, people who have taken a journey with us and have come out at the other end with a story to tell, with a company formed, with a purpose that they have managed to give to their idea. Many of our co-founders came to us with an idea in their minds. Some already were working on that idea, had taken it to different stages, but many of them came to us without an idea, or they discarded the idea they came to us with and switched over to to another idea that they found during the course of the cohort being underway. Now, this training program is about 16 weeks long. There are multiple interactions every week with different mentors, different advisors, people who will guide you through your process of becoming an entrepreneur. And I've just noticed that our other director for Karachi, Sayyid Abdul Basit, has also joined. Welcome, Basit. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum, Umar, Iram, and everyone.
Welcome, welcome. Now, with that, I think enough of a preamble. If Iram, you could quickly introduce yourself, and then Basit, if you do the same, and then we can get into the Q&A.
Okay, so Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the Founder Institute Q&A session. And this is Iram Abbasi. I am one of the directors for the Karachi Founder Institute chapter. And I'm also the director for Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation Development at DHSFI University. And we have been mentoring and guiding and training startups for such a long time, since 2008. So I hope that anyone who joins Founder Institute now, we will inshallah have a very good time, and we would inshallah help you finally and definitely have your startup established and up and running, inshallah. Over to you, Basit.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sayyid Abdul Basit, one of the director of Founder Institute Karachi. I would like to welcome all of you in this Ask Me Anything webinar, and looking forward to have a fireside discussion with all the prospect founders. So I'm one of the director of Founder Institute Karachi, and like recently, few months back, we have completed the first cohort of 2020, and now we are about to launch the second cohort. A little bit about me: I've been attached with the ecosystem since almost a decade. Been working with IT and telecom industry since more than 12 years. And apart from Farm Institute, I'm also running a company with Innovation I, which is working on 4 verticals related to entrepreneurship, design thinking, innovation, and technology. Thank you.
Welcome.
Over to you, Umar.
Thank you. So, Iram, do you want to lead off with the first most normally asked question? Iram?
Gee, sorry, my mic was.
Yeah. I think you. Yeah. Go on, please.
Yeah. So usually the founders that they ask, first question is that what is basically Founder Institute, what does it do, and how is Founder Institute different from the local or associations or institutes that are helping founders? So would Basit or Umar like to answer this question? Like, how is Founder Institute different from the other accelerators or incubators that are operating locally?
Asif,
Sure.
please go first.
Sure. So Founder Institute started in 2009, and currently it's based in more than 185 cities across the world, with the network of around 15,000 mentors, subject matter experts who are most of them are entrepreneurs, and helping aspiring entrepreneurs to build their startup. So, like as Iram discussed, like how Founder Institute is different. So, Founder Institute, it's the main USP of Founder Institute is three things. First, it's about their structured curriculum, which is it's so. Founder Institute try to replicate the same best practices which they had an experience in Silicon Valley, and then apply the same structure with localized content, with localized mentors and experience of the directors uh, to their local chapters. First, this is the first proposition. Honestly, that's why almost 40% of the applicants who join the cohort get dropped out during the program or at the early stage of the program, because we believe if we want to build a unicorn, then we need to be honest and to provide the feedback which is valuable, because we believe the time is value of money. So instead of they get to know if they are moving with the right idea or not. So it's easy for both the entrepreneur as well as for the those who are assisting those entrepreneurs to uh, work on an idea that has a scalability factor. The third aspect about Founder Institute is why it's a unique program, because it's not only focusing on the 4 month or the cohort duration. It's beyond that, because Founder Institute is try to build world-class technology startups that has a scalability and a long-term impact in the ecosystem and also in the different parts of the world. So for that, what we are doing, we are offering 4% equity to those all the four stakeholders, which is founders, directors, mentors, and founders.
Okay, so I think that brings us to the next most commonly asked question, which is why does Founder Institute take 4% equity in any of the startups that it actually sponsors or supports? Would you like to answer that, Basit, or should I have a go?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, the Founder Institute does take grants against 4% of the equity in a startup that they launch. That is in the shape of a warrant, so it's not a gift. It is something purchased by FI should they decide to go ahead and invest in the startup. And it is purchased at the market value, so there is no loss to the founder at all. Secondly, the shares purchased are dilutable and they will come down to 2% over time. So in reality, the amount of equity being given up in exchange for the program is very, very small. The overall benefits that Basit talked about that differentiate Founder Institute from anyone else really lie in the area of the network that FI exposes you to, the mentors and advisors that FI bring to the table and give you access to over time, not just during the curriculum, but also after the curriculum. And thirdly, the quality of the curriculum itself. So there are currently something like 80 plus chapters running today, right now, conducting cohorts in different parts of the world, in different cities around the world. And we are very, very happy that Karachi is one of those cities. Alhamdulillah, Islamabad has also launched a cohort. Lahore has also launched a cohort, but the Karachi cohort has an edge because we are now, we would like to believe that we're the best cohort in Pakistan. So we're all working together to try and enable the ecosystem in Pakistan, and I think this is a very, very small price to pay to become part of that fight. Would you like to add anything, Eram or Basit?
You're very rightly, as you and Basit both said, because as I remember in one of our previous sessions, a founder who just completed in our previous cohort, and he himself has been running his business for, you can say, around more than 8 years. And but still he joined Founder Institute because he said that what I have observed, that there is, because of this structured program and the content that is available, that he was getting from Founder Institute, and the learning that he was getting through one-to-one mentoring, that aggressiveness of learning, he said that that was lacking in other programs, and that was the reason why he wanted to join FI. And he did benefit from it, and his business that he was operating for the last few years, that grew, you can say, multifold. So now he is operating at an international level. So I think, yes, within like this much success in this short period was a big achievement. And the mentors were all, they also appreciate that, the way that startup was progressing. So, and it was not just this one, but there are, I think, 5 or 6 of them from the previous cohort. They have grown their business a lot. So I think Founder Institute does deliver results. It's not just that you come and attend a training and then you just leave, and then later on you are just struggling, because Founder Institute has some programs that come once you finish the cohort, you graduate, and then they have certain programs that follow up that you have access to for your lifetime. Like they have access to mentors. Once they join the Founder Institute, the journey does not end. Once they graduate, they have access to mentors, just not only local but international mentors as well. They get access to financiers, VCs, and other, that Founder Institute has a big pool of organizations that finance startups. So they get access to that pool as well. And once they have access to that pool, they can pitch their ideas to those investors and then get funding as well. So a very good example of Founder Institute graduates is Udemy. Udemy is very famous and everyone in Pakistan is using it. So they're definitely, that is a big success. And there are many startups that they have gone through the Founder Institute program, and then there were bigger companies have acquired them. So amazing results are there, success stories.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
Anything, any other questions that we should address? Because, a couple of people have joined our group from the UAE, a couple of people have joined from Islamabad. So, this is going to be a very interesting, very diverse cohort. One of the questions I think that most people ask is, how much time do I need to dedicate to actually being successful during an FI cohort?
Agreed. So I would like to answer. So usually, like the expectation that we have from the founders who join our cohort, it's like minimum. If you compare, like, I would like to share one demographical aspect of about related to the founders. So we have seen in the last 11 years, like those who joined the program, their basic profile is like those who are like mid career professionals having a industry experience of around 5 to 7 years. With the age average age is between 30 to 33. And one interesting aspect that when we about to before launching the last cohort, we were thinking like, okay, is this, we were expecting something different. Like we were expecting like majority of this founders who will join the program is having an age of around 25 to 27. But in the last cohort, we have founders like they 58 years, and then we have founders who was like just 22. So one of the major aspect of the success of the startup is like we are looking for, and Founder Institute, according to their historical record, most founders who get success and become successful through the Founder Institute program are those who have a industry background. One of the reason is because they've already know the about their industry, and now it's time to work on their own entrepreneurial journey. So coming to the question which Umar asked, like how much time entrepreneur should dedicate. So usually we expect from entrepreneurs to dedicate minimum 20 to 25 hours per week. It's like almost a job, because usually a 9 to 5 job demands 40 hours per week. But for me, I believe like for entrepreneur, it's like 24/7, by 365, every time, every day, every second. You have to think about it. So it's but the minimum that we think that we at that time they should dedicate like 20-25 apart from their weekly deliverables, because this time they have to work on a different way. We have introduced weekly deliverables, and then also there is different sprints going on using the agile methodology.
Excellent. So bottom line, 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, 7 days a week for at least 14 weeks, and then it's the rest of your life.
Yep.
If you really believe in this entrepreneurial.
Yeah, and I would like to add, there is one more thing that I would like to add, and which is a bitter fact as well, and that is that they have to do weekly assignments as well. Like once they have graduated universities and the education is over, but once they are back into Founder Institute, they have to act like a student and they have to submit weekly assignments.
Yes.
But these weekly assignments are not difficult at all. If they are serious about their startups and they really want to start, all the assignments are connected to the startups. So they have to go through those steps in order to
They have to do it
incorporate
anyway.
the startup.
They have to do it anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so they have to do it anyway. But if they think those consider the assignments as an assignment, then the assignment becomes a burden. And once the assignment becomes a burden, they won't be able to complete the assignments on time. And if they don't complete the assignments, they do get a penalty as well. And penalty means that the assignments is not submitted on time, you have to do an extra assignment, which becomes more difficult for them. And at times, if the still founders, they don't get serious and they are not delivering, or when Founder Institutes feel that the founders are not putting in appropriate time and effort, or they are not ready for their startup, at times they do get dropped out as well. Though after dropping out, that doesn't mean that the fees is gone. They can rejoin back in the next semester without paying extra fee. But the extra time that they is that during that period, they have to work on their startup and prepare themselves to be ready to again launch their startup.
Right.
That extra time is not just, so they have to be very serious and passionate about their startup before joining Founder Institute.
Got it. Makes sense. Now, any other questions? Any other thoughts?
Well, one more thing. Founder Institute, when a founder joins FI, they have to share an equity from their business as well. So would Basit or Umar would like to talk about that equity sharing as well?
I think that you may have been off the call when Basit and I were talking about it earlier. So we already talked about the 4% equity and what it means and all of that. This is the big challenge with Zoom calls. If people duck out in the middle, then it becomes clear. And when teachers are doing Zoom calls as well, when a student is on and when they're off. So aap unfortunately pakdi gayi, you were off, but now you're back on. No, I think I would just like to reiterate that I have not found a program like Founder Institute. Forget about anywhere in Pakistan. I've not found one anywhere in the world. This really focuses on the individual, on the person, not on their idea. So what it does is it helps to make you a better founder, a more professional founder. The big challenge I have when I'm working with many founders, with many startups, is that they have no idea what it means to be a founder. They want to get up and say, give me $1 million. They want to go out and raise money, and they are not ready. They for some reason believe कि बस लोग बैठे हुए हैं चेकबुक लेके कि आप आए हमारे पास हम आपको $1 million देते हैं ये लें भाई खुदा के वास्ते ले लें हमसे पैसे ऐसा नहीं होता है there is a very structured very professional venture capitalists, call it angel investing, call it fund investors that actually are very, very professional in the way they approach a business opportunity. And in fact, I was speaking to a couple of people this week, and the common theme in both was the level of professionalism among founders is improving, but on a scale of 1 to 10, Pakistan would still be on average at a 1 or a 1.5 as far as professional founders are concerned. Not a shortage of ideas. There are great ideas out there. There are people who are making good money. They've got traction, but they're doing things that cause them to become completely non-viable as founders. And those are the things that Founder Institute helps you to correct. You know what they say, that without self-awareness, we are nothing. So these are the things we find out that we don't know and we can fix them. And then when we emerge from the Founder Institute, we are very, very different in our thinking and thought process. With that, I would just like to remind everyone that the early bird deadline is this weekend. After this, the price of joining Founder Institute's upcoming cohort will go up by 40% or $100. Right now it's $249. But after this weekend, it will become $350. If you are keen, if you have passed the test, please make the payment so that you can avail the early bird discount. Please don't come to us next week. Please, yaar wo late ho gaya, miss ho gaya, ye ho gaya. This is not in our hands. It's something managed by FI.
This is usually happened.
Yeah, every time. So anyway, humble request, please make your payment. Please don't wait till Monday because Monday will be too late.
Agreed.
Yeah. And one more thing, if there is a founder who wants to join in and any one of the partners from the same organization is also joining, then they get a discount as well. So if more than partners from the same organization or same founder as startup are joining, they get a discount. So I think with the early bird and with the discounts, they should definitely get a good chunk of money that they can save. So Monday is the deadline.
I believe we have 3 co-founders who are joining from one startup. So their average cost will be quite low.
That we should, any questions further.
Okay. I think we are about done, right?
So I would just like to add regarding the discount. So if I hope other founders who's just on the call or listening to us on the Facebook Live or YouTube Live, they can listen to it and get to know about it. So if each member join the cohort like as a co-founder, they get 25% discount. So let's say if three, sorry, Ram, what you
Yeah,
were
go
saying?
on, Basit. Go on, Basit.
Okay, so I'm saying like if one co-founder joined the program, they get 25% discount on the tuition on the fee. If like there will be like four applicants in the same startup, like four co-founders, then they will pay the fee for three co-founders, and the fourth co-founder doesn't need to pay any fee. So like that's how it would work. For each co-founder, there is a 25% discount. First thing. The second thing, which I think we should discuss it here right now before we move towards the next topic. It's related to like Founder Institute has both two tracks, the launch track and the growth track. So because we believe on the idea stage startup, but also we have a different stream, which is for those who already developed their MVP, validate their idea, but now they want to scale it to the next level, like to grow their startup. So we have a growth track. So if any of the founders would like to join Founder Institute, either as a co-founder, either as a in the launch track or in the growth track, so we have a space for that.
Okay. Excellent. We have Hamza online with us. Hamza, do you have any questions? Hello and welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, Hamza.
Oh, I think Hamza is just here to listen. Hamza, you're mute right now, in case you're trying to say something.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Hamza.
Hi.
Hi, yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, very well.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I just joined the session to get a basic understanding of what Founder Institute is about. And the little amount of research that I've done on the topic has led me to sort of understand that it will be a very good, what do you say, like a launching pad for young startups over here. And I'm very excited to know more about it.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any specific questions, Hamza, or it's more of a general intro to Founder Institute?
Well, I do not have any specific questions at the moment. I had a couple some few days ago, but there have been some in regards to the collective equity, I suppose. That is what it's called.
The Equity Collective, G.
Yes, equity collective. Yes. So I've been looking at the structure of equity collective, and it said that 1% it goes to the alumni.
So there are actually 4% that Founder Institute asks from you. 1% goes to Founder Institute, 1% goes to the mentors and advisors, 1% goes to the directors, and 1% goes to the alumni. So whoever else is in your cohort, you will share 1% equity with all of them. So if there are 10 founders there, they will all receive 0.1% of equity in your business. The reason for that is that we don't want competition between the cohorts. We want people supporting each other and becoming part of an ecosystem. The second piece of this is that this 4% is in the shape of a warrant. So it is not a gift that you are giving to Founder Institute. FI will actually buy this from you should they decide to invest in this The only thing that they are taking from you is the warrant that allows them to purchase this at a fair market price as and when you go for your fundraising. So it's not a gift. You will get a fair market price, whatever market price you're getting your first round at. FI will purchase from you at that price. The third thing, the third important thing about this is that this 4% becomes diluted down to 2% as you dilute equity over time with new investments coming in. So actually, you're only giving up 2% equity in your business to become part of the Founder Institute global network.
Well, that's excellent. And one more question that I wanted to ask is, what is the correct attitude that a founder should have when joining the FI bootcamp? What is the perfect and the correct attitude that they should have?
Basit, would you like to take that?
Just in one sentence. Yes, I can do it.
One word is
That's
perseverance. And if you want to add one more word, it's discipline. And third is commitment. So these are the three things we expect from founders. Like, you should be passionate about your idea. You should commit to your to the deliverables, and as well as you should like give your 200%. Because we have seen like those who already work on their, because 4 months is like enough time that you can validate your idea as well as to launch it. Okay, so it doesn't take much, because we FI not work with all type of startup. We usually work with those startups who has a technology as a core, or either as a secondary, but it revolves around technology. So we work with technology startups. So for any of the founders, they should like treat this joining this cohort as a full-time job, where they'll get weekly sessions with experienced mentors, and through that they can able to work on their startup on a weekly basis. And after 14 weeks, you have a tangible thing. So before 14 weeks, what the idea that you conceived in your mind, after 14 weeks, it's like you can see that where you are, where you were, and where you are.
Well, it may not be the same idea. That's the amazing thing, right? So it
Yes,
might be
definitely.
an entirely different idea. It might be something that's evolved.
Agreed.
You may join another team whose idea you like more
Agreed.
than your own, and you decide to join them.
Agreed.
So there are
We have
many,
seen
many
this.
opportunities. Yeah, many times. So Hamza, I would suggest if you have the time, please go to my YouTube channel. There are several videos there on Founder Institute. अगर आपको मौका मिले, please आप जाके वो videos देख लें, because they're quite informative. There are some interviews there with the different members of our cohort. There are sessions from FI. हमारा graduation ceremony भी वहाँ पे है. आपको बहुत सारे अच्छे videos मिल जाएंगे about Founder Institute, including a couple of the sessions we have done with our previous founders, which we did last week, and the one before that, which was bringing an idea to fruition. So I think with that we should end our session. And Hamza, please do connect with all of us on LinkedIn as well. आपको और कोई भी सवाल हो, कोई भी आपको टेंशन हो, just keep in mind this weekend is the last weekend for you to avail the early bird discount. So after this weekend, the cost of the FI cohort will go up from the cost to join will go up from $250 to $350. So अगर आप serious हैं, अगर आप interested हैं, हम जो hashtag use करते हैं वो that is start something. If you're interested to start something,
जी.
this is the time to start. This is the time to light that chingari and get to it. Time कम है.
Umar sir, जी बिल्कुल Umar साहब, I've definitely made up my mind in regards to that, and इस लिहाज से I have also paid the fees, जो इसके required fees जो है. So जी. So from my end, I'm 100% clear in regards to कि this will be a very value-oriented journey.
तालियां बनती हैं बाकी डायरेक्टर हजरात.
Great, Hamza.
Well done.
बिल्कुल.
नहीं देखिए इसमें जी.
Good for you.
Thank you. Thank
आपने,
you.
which cohort have you joined? Karachi cohort or Islamabad one?
A Karachi one.
Okay,
Two
great.
thumbs up.
Thank
Fantastic,
you.
Hamza.
Thank you.
चलें यार, फिर तो आपसे definitely मुलाकात हर हफ्ते होती रहेगी.
Inshallah, Zarur. And Abdul Basit has been very, very kind. I had so many questions. I asked him yesterday, and he's been very kind to sort of give me a very detailed answer in regards to every query that I had. So that really convinced me that this will be a very, very value-oriented journey, which is something that I really want to embark on. और वही वाली चीज़ है कि अभी पाकिस्तान के अंदर the ecosystem and the environment that we have in regards to the startup environment वो बहुत hostile है. It's kind of new. We're not exactly there जहाँ पे we can compare ourselves to Bangladesh or to India or to Indonesia, but we can definitely get there in a couple of years if we decide to fully take up this opportunity to work together. Because एक वो जो collective effort जो होती है, that is something which has been really lacking from our market, to be honest, really lacking from here. And so this will be a sigh of relief. Well, actually, it has been a sigh of relief to see Founder Institute over here. So I'm really excited about that.
Fantastic, Hamza. We are equally excited. And I think on this
Wish you
wonderful
good luck
high
and
note,
hope you will have,
बिल्कुल.
yeah. Wish you good luck and hope you will have an exciting journey with us.
Thank you so much. Inshallah, Zarur.
Inshallah, inshallah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And inshallah, talk to you soon.
Thank you,
Hamza.
everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Allah
you.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.